Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Evans, and today's video we're going to take a look at the Weebill image transmission module and how to set it up. So I'm going to divide this video into three sections. In the first section, we're going to take a look at how to properly mount the transmission module underneath the Weebill. And then in the second section, we will take a look at how to set up the transmission module and connect all the cables to the camera. And then we will go through the settings to get the image transmission working on the cell phone. So to be able to mount the image transmission module on the Weebill, you're going to need this piece, quick release piece that comes with the image transmission package, as well as this pack of screws and Allen keys that comes with the transmission module. So the key is that when you're mounting this unit, you want to mount it at the bottom of your Weebill. However, you want to take this quick release place, and the side with the two dots, the two white dots, you want it to go on the inside, right, facing inside, whilst the one with the one piece of dent comes face on the outside. So this just goes out here like that. And you're going to use two screws from that package and screw it on with the Allen key that is provided in the package as well. Okay, so once you have it mounted, it's going to look something like that at the bottom. Right, this is right there. And what happens is the transmission module is going to come in and it's going to slide out to this piece here and lock in place just like that. So now that we have successfully mounted the plate for the transmission module, what we need next is to figure out what cables we need to connect to our Sony camera to get it working. There are three pieces of cable that you need. Two of them come in the transmission kit. The third one does not come, and you will have to buy that or source it out separately. The first cable you need is labeled cable number 1 in the transmission kit. And this is a USB 3.0 to mini USB cable. The second cable you need also comes with a package, and this cable will be labeled micro USB to micro USB. And it comes in the package, is labeled micro USB to micro USB. And the last piece of cable that you need does not come with the kit, and you need to source it out separately. And that is the micro HDMI to a mini HDMI cable. Now, this cable, unfortunately, is very difficult to find. I have looked everywhere. I can't seem to find it. It looks like Zhiyun makes one. However, I haven't been able to track down that particular cable yet. But what I have done is to create my own kit. I found this short HDMI to micro HDMI cable on Amazon. And I'm using this adapter, which is a full HDMI to a mini HDMI adapter, to get this working. Because the image transmission module doesn't take the full HDMI. It actually has the mini HDMI port. So you need a micro HDMI to mini HDMI to get this working. So now that we have figured out all the three cables that we need, I'm going to quickly go on and set this up. As you can see, I have the adapter on my HDMI cable right here to give me the mini HDMI. And that mini HDMI cable goes in right here on the image transmission module. Then you take your USB 3.0 to mini cable, and that also goes in right here. The third piece of the component you need, it's this cable here. This cable is the micro USB to micro USB, and that is going in here. That cable will provide power to the unit, as well as to be able to communicate with the gimbal. So now that you have all these cables mounted, I'm going to bring in the Weebill, and we're going to mount this at the bottom. So this is just going to slide into the plate that we just mounted. And once that you have that mounted, First, take your micro cable and plug it into the port on the back of the Weebill right here. And then you take your HDMI cable, mini micro HDMI, and it goes into the HDMI out on your camera. And then the other cable right here, the micro USB cable, goes into your camera's USB port, your multi-port. So once you have all your cables properly connected, it should look something like that on that side. And at the bottom, you have the two cables coming out of your transmission module. And you also have your control cable that is going into your gimbal. And there we go, with all the cables connected. So once you have all these cables connected, the next step is to quickly balance your gimbal and then power it on. If you want to learn how to balance the gimbal, take a look at this video right here and it will go through the process of balancing. But in this video, I'm just going to go through it quickly. My camera seems to be properly balanced, as you can see. The next step for me is to just power it on. So I'm going to power on the gimbal. And I also have my focus motor on as well, so you can see. And now that the gimbal is on, I'm going to power on my camera. Let me switch it to video mode. And now I'm going to power on my image transmission module. Right there. There we go. So once you have all the cables connected, the next thing to do is to go on the gimbal's menu. Go to the camera setting. And instead of selecting Sony like I would normally would do, I'm going to go all the way down and select CCS. CCS basically stands for Camera Control System. And if you don't select CCS and you select Sony, the image transmission is not going to work. So it is key that you select CCS from the camera menu. Okay, so now that we have all the cables set up the way it's supposed to be, let's head up into the app and see how we can get this connected to the phone. So on the app, I'm going to launch the ZY Play app. And I'm going to scroll over to the Weebill S tab and click Connect. And then you will find my Weebill S. I'm going to go Connect. And because we have the image transmission module installed, you're going to get this page instead of the regular screen that you get when you don't have the transmission module connected. And now it's going to prompt me and it says join the Wi-Fi network of my transmission unit. So I'm going to go OK. So now that the connection is successful, there are a few key things that you can do from here. So on this right here, there is two joysticks basically. You have this one on your right hand side, and this controls the pan and the tilt motion. So you can control your panning and your tilt with that. Other joystick on the other side also controls your row model. This controls your row model. And if you want to recenter, you just click on this button here. And you can also click on this eraser icon to get rid of everything on the screen. To get your image to display, you click on this icon right here. And there we go. We have our image coming in. As you can see, there's not too much of a lag, and that seems to be really good. And you can see everything on your screen, and you can go ahead and control your camera from here. From the menu here, you can see all the stuff that you have. You have the stabilizer settings. Here you can change your power modes, the zoom sensitivity if you're using the zoom model, the focus sensitivity if you're using the focus model, and then you can come in here and you can load your LUTs. You can also go into image, and with the image side you can get your histogram, false color, zebras, checkerboard, and focus peaking, right? As well as a whole bunch of other video features that you get that will help you to be able to assist you when you're shooting with this gimbal or this transmission module. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. So consider subscribing to the channel. In the next couple of videos, we will take a look at some of the specific features of the image transmission module and delve deeper into those particular subjects. So as usual, stay blessed and keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.